Our inverters are faulting, trying to switch on, faulting. Our system is toast. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. Yes, we had another power system failure, just like in Death Valley. This one, we were sort of stranded at a parking lot for a little bit.
4.5 hours.
4.5 hours. We got us up to the point where we could run and keep everything running. Limped into our daughter's house, where we finally, once and for all, fixed the problem.
Yay! Woo! And who knew the problem would be such a simple fix?
Really simple.
So come along and see what happened.
Join us. Our inverters are faulting, trying to switch on, faulting. Our system is toast.
We came inside for a little fill up and noticed that our bedroom clock was off by about 1 hour and 45 minutes, and the light behind the TV back there was flashing, and our freezer was showing 12 degrees. So power went off about 1 hour and 45 minutes. We're not sure why. Everything is just freaking out. So the next question is, will the generator turn on? So he tried that and it did. And once we get power, we'll see if the house power turns on. Hopefully it will. So then at least we're getting power to everything through the generator, and we're just gonna have to problem solve these batteries to see what's going on.
Fault messages were telling me low battery at 11.8 volts.
So we left this morning, we're at 100% state of charge. It's been sunny all day. So not sure what's causing it. Well, they're all reading 3.5.
Yeah. And all those are reading.
No, they're all like...
Oh, wait a second. We're only showing up to 42.
Where's our other 6 cells?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You think something came loose? Yeah, pack has unmanaged cells.
Yeah.
Good thing we came in for some soda.
Soda saved the day.
It did, yay! Pops out. Oh, the AGM
right here in its little pocket, and it's not uncommon when we hit some big bumps that it'll jump out of that and move backwards.
Is it still in its spot?
Well, sort of.
Which states we've been going through that have been bouncing around?
Yeah, really.
Because David, also when the 2 cells over to the right, they're pushed towards you, which means those bus bars might be bent as well.
Yeah.
I think there's a spacer up top above the batteries that was installed to keep them from bouncing. It's supposed to hold all the batteries down so they don't bounce up and down.
Yeah, well, I can move it easily.
Okay. So they need to redesign that then.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Metal to metal.
Cotex and such aren't lit up. Normally they have a green light going. The breaker, it's solid. It's up there.
So it's up, huh?
Yeah.
But they're not turned on. The light's not on?
Normally there's like a green light blinking on.
So David just snooping up underneath there and found that the GFCI outlet where our charger is for our AGM batteries had popped. So that explained why our AGMs haven't been charging. Got that one figured out. We still don't know why our 4,000 watt Cotec inverters are not working. We had to shut the door so we can see the lights because the sun's so bright on there. We couldn't see the lights on the battery monitors.
I can't see the light.
I can't see the light. So sometimes it helps to go snooping around. We had to pull all our stuff out. Pull the shelf out. Uh-oh, the shelf's coming out.
The shelf's gotta come out.
So in organization, there's A, B, and C items, and those items that you hope to never get into go in the back. And the items you touch all the time come into the front. And with the understanding that there are going to be the occasion that you have to dig out that C item. Get a better view. There's the first row. We've got three rows of packs. So we've got 4 wide and 3 high.
So I'm thinking of just climbing in here, and then you close both doors.
You're going to climb in this compartment.
Yeah.
You weren't one of those guys in college that you know, like tried to cram 15 guys in a VW bus, were you?
No, I was not one of those guys.
Oh, this should be interesting. Got some pretty flowers. Just be careful, okay?
Why? Because I'm climbing around electrical high voltage.
Yeah, you've got 120, you've got 240 volt wires in there.
Yeah, plus a fire suppression system.
Well, thank God, because if you short something out and catch something on fire, at least it'll extinguish it.
Lock the doors.
Yeah, especially since you have the key.
Exactly.
Okay,
so
you're gonna have to
close them.
You got to get your butt in another 4 inches. So people should not try this at home, huh? Do not try this at home. Climbing into a box with 30 kilowatts of power and 240 volts.
Very top row, all of them are lit.
Where's your head?
By the electrical cord.
Jeez.
So the middle row, they're all lit. All of them are showing green.
So everything's showing green?
Yeah, why don't you go check the...
Yeah, let me go back inside and check to see, and then I'll give you a call. I know he hates this stuff, but it's kind of fun problem solving. I'd much rather be on the road getting closer to our grandkids, but... Hit the page button. 20, 40, 41, there's supposed to be 48. All right, we're going through all 48 cells and tightening. Just be careful.
Trying as much as I can.
Just verifying all the connections are tight. Now, are you going to do a recount?
Yeah, just like the Florida a hanging Chad.
So you're finding some loot. Oh my. Wow. All right, so we're looking at the banks. David got everything tightened, and I'm just staring at all these wires, wondering what could possibly be wrong and why we're only missing 6 cells and not 4. And then because of OCD and things have to be straight and parallel and symmetrical, my eye catches that kind of stuff. I notice that this cell here and this cell here are not flush against each other like the other ones. So with all our bouncing around, this cell has popped up a lot, and I'm wondering if those wires are being pinched. So the manufacturer had built a spacer to hold everything down. So we're gonna check things out. I hear David tearing everything apart over there, so I'm gonna go over there. And of course, every time I suggest using a hammer to tap something back in, he says no. But what he wants to do is a hammer with this board and tap those delicate batteries. Just pound it. It's working. Oh my gosh. See, hammers.
Well, we are in Mississippi. I went to school in Arkansas. Aren't I allowed?
Oh my gosh. Well, between you going to school in Arkansas and me going to school in Tennessee, we're
in Mississippi.
and we're in Mississippi fixing our batteries with a sledgehammer. Oh yeah.
With a hammer and a piece of board. This all makes sense.
It's not, ooh, it's not even moving and that thing slipped.
Yeah. Well, a little tab broke off.
Oh.
It's okay. It just broke off on the surface.
Okay. Okay, so if you have a piece of like furring strip, what if you wedged it between the, put one between the middle and the right, and then.
I see.
Okay.
I just don't know if I've got one.
Firewood?
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go.
Oh, he's getting into the firewood stash. Flower.
Kindling.
In this lifestyle, yeah, everything has to be dual purpose, doesn't it?
Dual purpose. These might be too thick, but.
We'll just bring the whole bag and see.
No, they're all the same size.
Oh, okay.
Are you kidding? You know me, they're all the same size.
Oh, David.
Here we go.
What?
Done.
What? I didn't video it.
Gotta be quicker.
Ugh.
Done.
Well, what'd you do?
Well, I just moved it over. It was right in line, and I just moved it over.
Did it feel like it snapped into place?
Yeah, it's snugged in there nicely. It's
So
all level.
Okay.
Smooth.
Flush. All right, well, we've got the batteries secured and we're just putting everything away. Still can't see 6 of the cells, but I don't think that's gonna be a huge issue. We're just gonna be in limp mode till we get to our daughter's house tomorrow afternoon and get settled, and then we're going to go through and number all the cells so we know exactly which cells are missing, and then we'll just take it from there. Our whole battery system is not working, but David got the generator turned on. So now what we're gonna do is, we know we can go down the road with the generator on, so we're gonna do that. So fortunately, all the conditions are right to have the generator running. We'll see. 33 years of marriage, and this is like the 4th time I'm having to fill up on fuel. But in David's defense, he had to fill up Voyagers, so I guess I can let him off the hook. So I guess because we're gonna have to run the generator now, we're topping off the fuel in the generator.
Yep.
So what was...
Make sure we've got enough that we can run this 24/7 for a while.
Yeah.
Since we have no battery at this point.
Exactly. Entering into our daughter's neighborhood, and to get to her house we have to make a 3-point turn.
But you really didn't have to go.
Well, I have climbed up inside our power plant, and we're starting to troubleshoot why our batteries are not working. Fortunately, I had gone through when we were in the build process because they couldn't get the system to work. So luckily for me, I got to use my label maker. So look at all the pretty labels I did. So I went through, oops, one of them's coming off. I gotta fix that. So I went through and I took the schematic and I went through and I labeled every single wire that I could find. And fortunately, I'm glad I did that because it's making this a heck of a lot easier. 3 of our cells are not working in our battery pack. We're gonna have to go through and measure the voltage across all 48 cells to see which cells are missing. We've checked all the wiring, and then we went through and we measured the voltage across the cells, and they're all reading fine. The important thing is to determine which is number 1, which is number 48. Unfortunately, good news, bad news, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they're all reading almost exactly the same, so that didn't help. The CPU is doing its job. It shut the under voltage shunt off and then shut everything down. So now what we're gonna do is Dave's trying to find to see if we have an extra, I don't know what it's called, like a daisy chain board. So we're gonna see if we can find that and unhook it and see if that'll work. Okay, so just to give you a little backstory on this, about 4.5 years ago when we were speccing out our system, we had a choice between the batteries in the box and also going with the individual cells. But we noticed this huge pricing and performance disparity between the two, and obviously the cells were less expensive and had a significantly better performance. So we decided to go with that cutting edge technology. And we went with the GBS cells, and they're assembled by Elite Power Solutions. And they're 3-volt cells in a pack of 4 to make 12 volts. So what they do is they also provide a sense board that monitors the voltage across all 4 cells, and then they distribute the voltage accordingly when you're charging and discharging. So
yeah, all that's done now with places like Battleborn and relying on such, but back then, 4.5 years ago,
they didn't have any of that.
That just didn't exist. And to get it into the space that we wanted, we really wanted to go with these individual cells. It allowed us to build really a cube that fit the space. Starlight Solar was an expert in the field. They had an agreement with Elite Power that they could build the system and spec it out to what we wanted. And so we went with Larry, and he did a great job of working with our design and in creating the power system that we needed.
Exactly. Now, we knew we were cutting edge, but we also weren't expecting to have, I'll say, these kinds of issues that we've been having. This has happened multiple times.
Multiple times, yeah. And it's we finally got it fixed, which is fantastic. Yeah. But it was a process.
Yeah. And just so you know, if we go, we have the 48 cells, and if just one cell goes low voltage, the entire system cuts out.
Oh yeah.
And that's the problem that we've been having all along, is that the sense boards weren't properly distributing the voltage across the entire pack, so one pack would go down.
Right, but we couldn't figure out why.
Right.
Because the boards were working, they were doing what they were supposed to be doing. We just always would have a cell, and sometimes it was the same cell, but then it started to migrate into a few other cells.
We would say we have these problem child cells.
Yeah, some of these lazy cells that just didn't want to work, and they're just like, I don't want to get up to 3 volts.
Yeah.
But we did. We had that a couple of times where one cell dropped, the whole system was gone.
Right. And normally when you're on shore power, on generator power, who cares? But what we decided to do with our system is we've got the LG mini split system and also the cooktop, and both those loads run off of 240 volts. And we didn't want to go doing the whole split phase thing with multiple inverters, so we Both of those loads have their own dedicated 240 volt 4,000 watt inverter, and which means if the batteries go down, we don't have air conditioning
or cooking.
Or, well,
at least stove cooking. Well, we kind of do. We have
the gas.
Yeah, we got a backup.
So we have the dual gas cooktop. But yeah, you're right. You're still going to get fed.
That's the most important thing. Unless there's a Whataburger nearby, and then I know I'm going to get fed.
You know, I'm wondering if you intentionally did something to our battery pack so we could go to Whataburger.
I will not say yes or no to that one. So you're not going to believe what Larry said.
What?
He said to just try to clean the sense boards, like with alcohol and a Q-tip, and just clean the boards.
That's weird.
That seems way too simple.
So everything's disconnected from the CTPU.
Yeah. Okay,
and then now you're going to unscrew the second from the front board. We're going to clean those contacts. So in part of our problem solving procedure now is we took the connector from the daisy chain, and we went from cell number 1 and we started backwards, and we've now identified that the position number 43, we know which board it is, so David's taken it apart and we're going to clean the terminals and put it back, and hopefully that will work. And of course it had to be the top cell.
Yeah.
That's not easy to get into, and David is performing some yoga in order to get up there. It can't be in a more awkward position. Okay, so we reset the solar controller, and now we're resetting one of our 2 hybrid inverters. All right, well, we got everything put back together and we checked it out, and yay! So we're seeing all the cells now, so that's a good thing. But when David was screwing it in, he was on the positive terminal, and then the socket hit the frame rail of the trailer, sparked, melted part of the ratchet, and so now we're getting a ground fault, which isn't surprising. So we're
just cleared it.
So David just re-cleared it, and now we're gonna crawl up underneath there and turn on the Cotec and see if they'll work. All right, well, now that we've cleaned the boards, I don't think...
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth. So looks like everything's working.
It does. We're getting packed normal.
Good. The cells.
Cells.
20, 40.
So far, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Everything's
I cannot
showing.
believe that worked.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Lost for words.
I'm lost for words. Alcohol and a Q-tip.
Wow.
It's amazing what I can do with alcohol and a Q-tip now.
Yeah, that's incredible. I can't believe that system is that sensitive to dirt.
That's incredible. I mean, who would have thought that you needed white gloves to install the sense boards?
Exactly. Wow. So this happened 3 months ago, and we've been doing a lot of boondocking in the last 3 months since we had this issue. You cleaned the boards, everything's been working, and it's been working great.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
It has.
I mean, the way that it should have from
the
day
way
one.
we were expecting it to.
Yeah.
You know, no issues, everything is balancing within just tenths of volts.
Yep.
So it's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been great.
Obviously, as we've been having these issues, we knew this can't be normal. I mean,
No.
there's no way. So I'm really glad we finally got this thing fixed once and for all.
Oh, me too.
But it's just it's been a process.
It's been a real process, and the fix was really simple.
Just ridiculously simple. Just
Yeah.
clean the boards and that's it. It's like, really?
We just had no clue.
Yeah.
But it's amazing what it's done, and the system is working fantastic
Yes.
now. Well, we really appreciate everyone's patience with our videos. This is a new thing for us. You know, we started this channel and we wanted to convey what it's like to travel in a big rig, but also some of the issues that you may find, and also the resolution to those issues, which is as important, if not more important.
Right.
We're not like a lot of other people have been doing this for a long time on YouTube. We're not really comfortable with pulling the camera out and filming stuff. We just don't think about that a lot of times.
Right. Well, but I love taking pictures, and it's second nature for me to pull a camera out and take pictures, but not turn on the video. And there's been a lot of times where I thought I hit the video button and I really didn't.
That's right. She looks at it and she goes, "Oh shoot!
Oh, no, I
took a picture. I wasn't taking the video."
It's like we need to go back over that bridge or something.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Or tell that fox or that coyote to, go back across the road.
Right, but I think you've done an excellent job piecing together what little videos we've had and the pictures to try and tell the story and convey to you guys what's been going on.
Yeah, and what it's like on the road in a big truck with big travels.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in and spending your time with us. And we appreciate all the comments, appreciate the words of encouragement you've given us, and I really appreciate it. Keeps me going, and really it's been a lot of fun and will continue to be fun in the future.
Definitely. Thanks again.
Thank you.
What's it called when you try and figure something out?
Process?
No. Shoot.
Oh, problem solving?
Problem solving. Thank you. Excuse me. Well, it's good that I'm sitting over here, because if you're getting up and down, you're not going to bonk your head.
Yeah, really.
What am I trying to say? Wait. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Sentences, that's
Take
why.
50.
I should get it this time. This is like the 4th time I'm having to